Corey Aber, thank you so much for continuing to update us and everyone else at home on the latest with coronavirus.
Absolutely.
Where do we stand right now with the numbers?
Okay, so there are 130,342 cases around the world, but I want to stress this the most. You have 94% of people that have gotten this illness around the world are already feeling better and they're over it. Okay, meaning not dead, meaning not sick anymore. It's like about a 2-week deal, and 94% of those 130,000 people, okay, are actually feeling a lot better. That's very, very important. Okay, so with those numbers, hope that makes you feel a little bit better, because this is not a dress rehearsal. I don't want you to panic, but I don't want you to play any games.
Yeah.
Okay?
And not panicking is something that we heard the governor mention this morning.
Sure.
He said now it's time to prepare and not panic. So Dr. Aber, we asked our viewers at home some questions that they want to ask you. When one viewer said, if I should call my doctor first or if I should go to the hospital if I have any symptoms, what do you recommend?
Okay, so when you came out of your house this morning, you saw a whole bunch of yellow pollen on your car. All right, that's a really bad thing that somebody's doing to us in New Orleans, because it is allergy season. So the question is, if you have symptoms, what are your symptoms? If your symptoms are runny nose, cough, congestion, and every year you have that around this same time of year, then you don't need to call anybody. You should just take Zyrtec or Claritin and go on about your business. That's what you should do. If you start having a fever and shortness of breath, then, and you have a pre-existing illness, then you should call your physician, and your physician will probably tell you to go to the ER so that they can prepare the people at the ER for your presentation. However, I just don't want people flooding the ERs with runny nose and cough, because it is allergy season, and those aren't the symptoms that are going to be the problem. And most people, once again, a huge percentage, over 50% of people won't even know that they have the coronavirus. And a larger percentage will have a very small case of runny nose, cough, congestion, and a small fever, and a very small amount will progress to something like what we're seeing in some of the older populations. Always remember, though, that this is a progressive disease, so, and we don't know everything about it, but we just want you to be safe. Also, I want you to realize that numbers are going to go up. As many tests as we procure in this state, they will be positive. I just need you to understand that. So don't get more and more worked up as we give you more and more numbers, because it's actually going to peak at some point, just like it did in China, and things will be okay.
You know, that same viewer also asked, well, how do you minimize the exposure to the least amount of people? So say they're sitting at home and, you know, their symptoms start to get a little worse.
Yeah, that's why we stopped the parades and stopped all the, you know, all this stuff. And people are very upset about that. But the reality is that, you know, we need to contain this. And the reason why we're stopping all these public functions is not because the people that are in these functions are going to get sick. That's not it. What we're stopping them for is because we need some distancing, some public space distancing, so that you don't take it home and spread it to your family. That's why we are containing this, not because the people that are at the St. Patrick's Day parade or whatever parade are going to get this and be sick, because the people that are at most risk are people that are in our senior living facilities. That's what we're trying to prevent, because you saw what happened in California, and that's what we're really trying to prevent here.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Dr. Aber. We now know as of today there are 4 positive cases, patients coming from Lambeth House here in New Orleans, and the latest case we just found out is a 92-year-old man. We're also seeing that the governor plans to announce a 30-day strict visitation policy to nursing homes. Talk a little bit more about why people, our elderly population, are at high risk for this, and what these restrictions could really do to protect them.
Okay, so it's very important that people realize that as you age, your immune system gets weaker and weaker. Even though it's been exposed to a lot of things, it gets weaker and weaker. So the novel coronavirus is something that an older person's system has never seen before. And that's why they don't have the ability to fight it as well. But there are some tips out there. I want you to, if you are sitting at home or you're in a senior living facility, just remember, don't go on a cruise. Okay, these are things that we're recommending. We don't want you to go on a cruise, and if you don't have to travel, we want all non-essential travel to stop if you're over the age of 60. Also, in public places, avoid these crowds and stay at home as much as possible. Cancel all non-essential surgeries, all non-essential doctor's appointments, because what we don't want you to do is be sitting around a place where there's a bunch of sick people, and they're just coughing and they're going to be okay. But if you get this, that this virus has a predilection for your lungs as an older person. Also, get an emergency contact. get an emergency contact, because we want you to always be careful about this, but we also know that if something happens, it can happen pretty quickly. So we want you to have an emergency contact. And also, keep several feet away from people and wash your hands a lot. And this is my biggie. And I know they're kind of cutting me off here, but guys, cell phones.
Yes.
Okay? You need to wash your cell phone and you need to wash your hands, but you forget that you touch your face 23 times an hour, and you have your cell phone, and then you touch your cell phone to your face. Wipe down your cell phone as much as you wash your hands, and really try to not use your cell phone so much. I think that's part of the problem too, right? But we're going to look. Well, look, I've gotten you through Zika, Ebola, bird flu, H1N1. We're going to get through this.
We're
Trust
going to
me.
get through it. Dr. Aber, as always, thank you. You will see much more of him later on in our newscast, and we encourage you to continue sending us all of your questions through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, whatever you want to know. He's the guy to get it answered.